Right, I've added this extra lecture following a very pleasant review from somebody, but a comment they made which is very valid and which I'm going to hopefully address in this lecture was it would be nice to take this learning that you've had so far to the next stage. So you've done your apple with the hard outline because that was an easier way to do it, but I'm now going to show you just a way of sketching it and painting with the shadow using paint rather than the cross hatching that we did. I posted a photograph of a little painting of an apricot, which was what prompted the comment. If I can find the painting, it's somewhere, I will get that and I will do that again for you, so you can watch me do that one. But I'm going to do the apple, so it's going to be the same sort of principle. So I'm going to take my piece of watercolour paper and roughly, very light, I mean, I hope you can see it, but I'm doing it light because this is the way we want to go. Okay, so that is roughly my apple. You will be at the stage, if you continue, with the stage where you won't need to pencil in things like this. That's where my stalk's going to go. Okay, so very light mark. I'm going to just vaguely mark in where the shadow is going to go. Okay. Now I'm going to just rub out some of those heavier lines. Right, so what I'm going to do first is, with a very weak mixture, as we did before, just get some colour in so I can see where I'm going. And I'm not going right up to the pencil mark because I am going to rub it out before I get any further. The thing with watercolours, I hope I've explained before, they are translucent, they are transparent. That is one of the joys of working with them. So if you do paint over your pencil lines, you won't be able to rub them out. Okay, fairly simple. So there we go. I've just left a little gap there for where the stalk's going to go. Okay, that line there is the sort of the curve that we had before, if you remember. So I've done that very lightly and should really wait a few seconds for it to dry, but because I want to get on to the next stage, rub it out. I've gone over, now you see I've gone over the pencil line a bit there and I can't get rid of it. But fret not, these are things that you're going to learn as you go along. Right, brilliant, okay. So, there we go. Now, like the apple before, we've got the highlight, so we want to keep that fairly light. So, again, remember, another layer, the same colour, because it's just going to get deeper and deeper. That's still fairly damp, so that's spreading nicely. There we go. Gorgeous already, gorgeous, gorgeous. Right, and as I did before, I'm just going to dab out a little bit of that highlight. Now I'm going to put a bit more green in my mixture. I'm still using a very simple little colour paint box, which is probably something like that you've got. So I've mixed a yellow with the green, the sap green. Oh, look at that move, isn't that fabulous? Okay. Now, of course, as the tint, the pigment, the colour is getting darker, it will probably obliterate those pencil marks. Now, while that's still damp, I want to go in with an even stronger pink. So this is more of the green into the same mixture. And this is the side where the shade is. The light's coming that way, okay? That's why you've got your little highlight there. So we want this side darker. And remember, we had the dimple in the apple there. This is very wet, okay. I'm just going to soften that edge, so I just rinsed my brush. Dabbed it on the tissue, just soften that a little bit more. It was a bit too stark, because we're going to build up these layers as we go, okay. Let's get that stalk in. So a bit of something brown. What's that? Can you see that? Yeah. So let's just for now, just put the line so we know where it's going to go. Okay. Now, I'm going to take some more green, but I'm taking it straight from the pan this time. Still fairly damp, look how it's moving, just so we can get that shading bit of the dimple.